Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't. Wow. See you, everybody.
What's shaking?
This is what happens when you put me in charge.
Oh, good, man.
What's
How
up,
you doing, brother?
everybody? What's up, guys?
Good evening.
What's up, everybody in the old
evening,
chat
Roland.
box over here? Welcome to our Guitarsenal show. Today's whatever day it is, March I can't see, I'm blind, the 18th.
18.
The 18th, 2025. We're a couple cans short of a 5-pack. Well, I guess we're half the pack short of a 6-pack, since if you count R2.
That's
So,
correct.
had a couple guys lay out, because when in doubt, lay out. So it's the three of us morons here to entertain you guys tonight.
Remember, we are live, guys. Just remember.
Yeah, no after show chat during the show. That would be bad. I did shoot 40 Grit a text and said if he gets off work and gets home in time, if he wants to jump in.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that guy.
Y'all be sure to go check out old 40 Grit Guitars. Does some awesome guitar setup and repair videos and all that good stuff. So, I guess we should start off by thanking our channel members, and now my voice is going to get louder about right now.
Very cool.
Big thank you to all the channel members here. This is the most updated list that I know of, or I have access to the button to click.
Thanks, LC.
If you want to be a channel member, click the join button under the video. It helps out paying for, well,
Just wait
all-
until Matt or Arky give you a free membership.
yeah, free month. Let somebody else pay for it. But it helps make the show run. You know, these streaming softwares and all that stuff are not free. Not for the hours that we put in on this anyway. So,
And it's not just the software. There's other processing and card makers and all this
Right.
other.
right. So everything you do helps out with that, and we sure as hell appreciate it. So, all right, John, you want to see who's here tonight?
Let's see if I can do this without messing up too bad. Let's go to the very top, Tony style. Oh, first in, our prodigal member. Is that working?
Yep.
Yep.
R2, R3 locking nuts. How you doing, brother? Chuck C. Does the star mean channel member?
Yes.
Chuck C, channel member. Tommy, not a channel member. Fuck you. Stephen Franklin, how
I'm
you
just
doing,
kidding,
brother?
Tommy. We love you, bro.
Ah, we love you, brother. Bruce, how you doing, Bruce?
What's up,
Good
Bruce?
to see you. Hillary, good to see you.
What's up, Hillary?
Go fuck yourself. Love you, brother. It's all good. Earl Coli, hydrated, yes. I'm with the kicking horse. I've decided.
I got whooped at work today, so we're chugging a Red Bull at 9 p.m. You know, that's a great idea.
Charles 75 in, Dr. Fabric.
What's up, Dr. Fab?
He's does Fabric Top Guitars, and he's one of our recommended channels down below. Japal. Hope you are doing well. It was 80. Where the hell are you coming from? You're
That's pretty close to that today. Here.
really.
Yeah.
Brother Kush, how are you?
Kush man. What's up, dude?
Scrolling. Blue Mox. Good to see you, brother.
Blue Mox. Oh, Sugar Tush, Blue Mox.
Sugar Tush. Billy Boy De Silva. Hope you're doing well, my man.
What's up, dude?
Blue Mox. Very cool. Kush. Brother Wayne, how you doing?
Wayne McConnell in the house.
Good to see you. Of course, we can't forget Zach.
What's up, Zach Thong?
Love that guy. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Did we say hello to Wayne?
We just did.
Okay. Every time Ryan does it, I'm like, we just fucking did that. But I can see how he
Right.
forgets. Cucumber, how you doing? No shred tonight, man. It's all about yakking.
Yep.
Uh-oh. In the house. How you doing, brother?
Greasy.
Life.
No man's land. Glad you are
What's
here.
up, gnome?
Oh, cool. Greasy. Blue greasy Zach. Oh, greasy. Rock Daddy. I don't think we said hello to you, did we?
The daddy of rock.
Rock. Marcia Murray. How are you?
What planet are you from, Martian Murray? If you're a Martian, does that make you from Mars automatically?
I think that presupposes you're from Mars. And brother from the East, Rob Blackmore official. Good to see you. Looking forward to an update on your latest acquisition or chase, anyways.
Right?
Yeah. Can't drive 55. How you doing, my man?
Greetings.
I couldn't drive 55 this morning. It pissed me off.
Bradley Wood. Good to see you.
Hi, Bradley.
What's up, man?
Rene Fernandez.
Rene Fernandez. What's going on, brother?
Reynolds, what's up?
Song,
Yo, Sammy Reynolds.
Stephen Monch Marcelli. Or Michelli, whatever the fuck it is. Brother Bo. How are
What's up,
you?
Bo?
You get another R9 yet?
I'm late, but I brought a note. It's a C sharp. Cool, man. I brought a big D.
Who else have we got here? I think, potentially,
Get there.
we're caught up.
We're caught up in the chizat.
Thanks for coming out. See you guys later.
All right. Thanks for showing up for 10 minutes. We're out. See ya. Bye.
See you Sunday.
So we were going to go over a new acquisition of Trev's, but that ain't going to happen because Trev ain't here.
Because Trev pulled an R2.
His roast beef's flapping.
Trev's feeling a little under the weather. So we will not be discussing Trev's newest acquisition.
But we will. at
I
some
guess.
point.
Yeah, probably next week or something like that. We'll go over Trev's newest acquisition. So I guess we'll go over my newest acquisition in its current state.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Dan.
So let me guess.
It's a Parker Fly.
How'd you know?
It's from Indonesia.
It's a Parker Fly. I've never even played a Parker Fly.
I think I did for about 4 seconds, and it was like, nope.
Got Mean Joe McGraw kicking the door in here. What's up, dude?
How you doing, brother?
So we saw this at one point, didn't we? Like when I first got it, didn't I play it one time and shipped it off? Disassembled it and all that good stuff. So if you remember a few weeks ago, I showed up with a, surprise, surprise, another Charvel. And this is it now.
Should take a look at that.
No Parker Fly.
Requesting isolation. This is by 2011 Charvel San Dimas made in Japan that I acquired off the old Reverb. I need to stay off of Reverb. And I think I kind of went over it a little bit when I first got it, but there's been some significant changes to it since. So I went and picked it up from Willie yesterday, and here it is. There's one
for you.
There's one component that is still missing, but will be here in a couple days. So, say what?
Question
Missing
for you.
a
That
confibulator?
fretboard wear, is that, did that come from the factory or is that legit
No.
fretboard wear?
No, that is legit fretboard wear.
Nice.
You can see the difference in the color of the headstock. These old Japanese maple necks kind of had a yellowish tint to them, and you can see how much darker the fretboard is compared to the headstock, especially like right there. You can see the difference in that. But yeah, this guitar has been heavily played. I mean, the back of the neck's even dark, really worn in.
Nice, man.
So the dude I got this from had two of these. He had this white one and he had a black one. And I was going to make my attempt to get both of them for a deal. And by the time I had the opportunity to, he had already sold the black one. So I played the haggle game with him and beat him up a little bit for this white one. But the story I got from the guy that sold it to me was he toured with this guitar for like 10 or 11 years. So, and you can tell I mean, you can't, with it being this or Arctic white, and these had a heavy poly finish on these bodies, but it's got dings and rash, and it's got a crap load of buckle rash back here. But the poly's so thick it didn't really wear through it. If this thing was nitro, dude, it would be trashed.
It'd be done.
Which I'm cool with.
Hang on. Bradley Wood is something you'd be interested in. Received my custom order Spawn SS2 today. 5 months. First sampling, and he's setting it up right now. Killer.
Which one did you buy? Did Scott Splon play it on one of their Instagram reels or YouTube shorts? Because I've been eyeing them SS2 Splons.
Which is essentially what's sitting in your lap, isn't it?
Pretty
This
much.
version of it? Yeah.
Pretty much. I think the body contours are slightly different.
Another 3-wood.
You know what, dude? I like playing golf with a 3-wood, okay? So,
Well, whatever puts a smile on your face, my friend.
right,
Chipping out of the sand trap with the 3-wood.
right.
Par
Is that-
5, 3-wood, fuck it.
The bunked neck, Charvel? What do you mean by the bunked neck? I don't follow.
You might
What's a
be
bunk
confusing
neck?
that with
Bill?
another one you had. The nut issue.
Oh, yeah. No, that's the Black EVH Relic Series Frankie, which I've done a little intonation work on it here over the weekend, and it's in much better shape than it was. So now I
Take
just
a hammer and beat that first fret down.
putting the German R3 nut on there dropped the action down where it's like perfect, and I tinkered with some stuff and straightened the neck out a little bit more, and now I just need to go through and re-intonate the whole guitar, and because now the intonation's off, all out of whack throughout the whole guitar. So now I need to re-intonate it, and we'll retest, as we say in the automotive world, clear DTCs and retest. So,
Did you see Scott did 2 videos with it?
which one is it? That's what I want to know.
Which one?
Which finish is it? Is it white? Because if it's white, I'll really like it. I got a thing about white guitars.
It's worst colors to like, my man.
So, yeah. So anyway, I got it. I ordered had some pickups and stuff for it, and the weekend I got it, I tore it all apart, and I'm just going to swap pickups and all the electronics out in it, and swap the Floyd. The dude had it had a these came with a Floyd 1000. The dude I guess used the bar so much and the collar was loose, so it wallowed out the hole in the base plate. So you go to use the bar and you would the bar would clunk and then the trim would start diving. It's like, well, that's got to go.
Joe could fix that for you easily.
Really?
What he says.
So, what I ended up doing.
Super glue don't fix it, Joe. Jesus.
Well, the cheap fix would have been to just get one of the push-in style arms, because the collar on those where they mount into the base plates 3 times as big as the standard one. But I had this wonderful 84 spec, the Floyd 84, on another guitar that's a parts guitar that I'm going to refinish. So I just stole it. The saddles on the 1000 were pretty rusty, as were the posts. So I just pulled the post and this bridge off my parts guitar, and this bridge is slightly been relicked with a little steel wool. But so it's got the old school, it's a threaded arm. It's got the old school collar on it. So it makes all kinds of noise.
My favorite ones.
Makes all kinds of noise. But gutted the electronics. Got a new DiMarzio 500K pot.
Welcome in, brother.
Up dark.
What's up, Darren? What's up, buddy? Took the guy had an EVH Frankenstein pickup. It was not a custom shop one from Duncan. It was just one of the regular production line ones that Duncan makes for EVH. Took it out, took the white pickup rings off. It had a Duncan 59 with a nickel cover in the neck. Yanked it, and what we have in here now we have DiMarzio cream pickup rings, with a tone zone in the bridge, and the John Petrucci, the liquefier in the neck, which is like an Air Norton on steroids. And they actually work really, really well together, but you've got to keep them low. I've got the tone zones probably about 5 30-seconds under the strings, and the Air Norton's probably about the same, maybe 6 30-seconds under the strings.
What the fuck does that even mean?
the
6
what?
30 seconds.
I mean the liquefier.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said Air Norton.
Yeah, the liquefier. My bad. The liquefier.
I'll let it pass, since
Scotty!
we like Air Nortons.
You're muted, my friend.
I've got the cream Strat tone knob on here for now. It is getting a period correct unfinished brass dome knob to complete the pre-pro look.
Is that the one that Scotty was ready to blow you for?
No, Scotty was interested in that MXR knob. That's one of the newer ones, so he didn't want it. But other than that, it's all, the rest of it's stock. It's got the mini Grover tuners on it, R3 nut, compound radius, 12 to 16 inch fretboard.
2-piece ash or 2-piece alder?
I think they're 2-piece alder. They're not ash. It's alder. I don't know if it's 2-piece or 3-piece. I can't really see the poly is so thick you can't see the seam. So. And then it's got those big Dunlop strap lock things on there, but with these awesome D'Addario clip and lock straps, it doesn't matter. What's the question?
What makes a 1984 Floyd Rose a 1984 Floyd Rose?
They're built, basically it's a German Floyd with the old style arm setup and brass fine tuners. And I think they come, this thing's got a big brass block on it.
Okay.
And which you can't really see because I'm not isolated
I can
anymore.
see it, yeah.
They come with I'm pretty sure they come with a big brass block. I don't remember installing this brass block on this bridge, and I bought this bridge new, so.
So they don't, Okay, they don't come with it.
I didn't install this.
1984 is an ode to Van Halen, then, yeah?
Yeah. I didn't install this block on this bridge, so. And it's a Floyd block. It's not a FU tone.
What's this Scotty saying here? They have a finer thread spring for fine tuners.
How do you make a spring out of pot metal, Scotty? Can't temper pot metal.
So are you saying the regular German Floyds are pot metal steel?
Thinky. The spring plate. Can't make a spring plate out of pot metal.
Right. Kurt!
It's non-spring steel.
There you go,
It does
Kurt.
come with okay.
Our brother, Kurt, 5150 in the house. Yes, the 84 Floyds come with the brass block. So, but that's pretty much all I did to it.
Cool.
And I'll have the brass dome knob on there, and it will complete the old early 80s pre-pro look, even though they were 21 fretters instead of 22 fretters. But
That's 22 you got, though, yeah?
yeah, 22. One piece quarter sawn maple neck.
So, since this gentleman played the crap out of it for years,
Yeah.
has it been refretted, or are we still looking at original frets?
These are the original jumbo frets. From what I understand from him, this was the backup to the black one. And the black one, looking at the pictures of the black one when I was watching both of them, the black one was way more beat up than this one. So, I mean, like the back of the neck on the black one was like super dark brown from how much had been played.
Hey, brother. Hey,
But
Brennan.
Wash his hands.
Good to see you, man.
But I mean, this one's had the hell played out of it too. So, which I like because this neck, you know, out of all these, you know, I've said it a million times, these Japanese ones and the 08 to 10 USAs are my favorite. This one has the best feeling neck because it's got that it's solid played in. The fretboard edges are really rolled from
shit,
being
yeah.
played. You know, and these came with jumbos. Now that they've been leveled and crowned, they're about medium jumbo. But it still plays really good.
Those aren't stainless, right?
No, they're nickel. Nickel steel.
Very cool.
So, yeah, picked it up yesterday. Super happy about it.
Kind of makes the neck feel has the feeling of being a thinner neck since you're not taking a couple thou off the frets.
It doesn't feel thinner. I mean, it feels just as thick as the rest of them. It's just, I don't know. It's this thing's like, you know how it is when you play a guitar that's been played a lot and they're worn in. I mean, this has got it. It's super resonant.
Can you feel the wood under your fingers yet?
Oh, yeah. Which these necks were pretty good about getting close to that feeling anyway. Like the black SoCal that's next in line for the facelift, that one you can really feel the wood under your fingers on that one. But whoever owned that guitar I guess they would religiously clean that fretboard as well. You can tell because the neck for the most part is clean, but there's the little dirt spots in the little grain holes. So, but this neck, you know, it's got a little bit of that slickness that you get on a raw neck or an oiled neck.
The only clean spot I see on that neck is like half-inch down from the nut.
Yeah, the first fret, and it's got the finger smudge on it too. But yeah,
Even the F position, the low F.
yeah. I mean, every fret on this thing has been played, but you can definitely tell he spent most of his time from the third fret down. So, but yeah, I don't know. It plays great, man. It's super resonant. It's really warm sounding guitar. It's got a lot of body.
Fine tuners and bought metal springs 1984 is a common. Cool. So if you go on FloydRose.com and you buy a Floyd Rose, it's still a good piece of kit, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess they're going to start making these in the USA now. I mean, this one's stamped made in Germany on the base plate because it's a few years old.
Right.
But they actually charged a little bit more for these too. But yeah, they're. I mean, to me, it's a German Floyd with a brass block. Oh, the difference in these is the holes for the brass for the block. The 3 screws that hold the block in, those 3 screws, they're like 2 millimeters further forward. So you've got to be careful what you put them in if you've got a big block on them, because it will hit the body and it won't go all the way down in the cavity.
Get the router out.
Yep, that's what I had to do to the guitar. This bridge was on, and this guitar is decked, and the block is against the body to deck it. There's no trim stop or any of that in there.
Is the base plate on that bridge? Is it just at the front of the bridge, the saddle side of the bridge? Is it square, or is it relieved across the bottom?
What do you mean?
So the base plate.
Oh, you talking the
square?
bottom of the base plate where it
Yeah.
angles up?
Yeah, where it ramps.
Yeah, it's ramped.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And see, that's weird because the 84 bullseye Kramer that I have, that's supposed to have the 84 Floyd on it, is not. It's square, and you can't lower the action low enough to get it to play right. And since the base plate's square, as soon as you push it down, as it wants to crush into the body.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I'm not real impressed with that guitar.
Ooh,
Which is weird why yours would, how come that one doesn't have, why is it square but yours is ramped?
Well, maybe it was a little modern touch they put on it to solve that problem. I mean, they probably figured that most of the people that were going to buy these were building Van Halen tribute guitars. I'm in a bunch of the builders groups on Facebook for the Van Halen guitars, and it's always, anytime anybody builds one, for the most part, it's the 84 Floyd is what they buy. And, they're all decked on the body. And most of them lean back a little bit, but which some people say is bad, but I do it I've got a couple that are leaned back.
Yeah, if it's decked, I don't know what that's going to hurt.
String angle. That's
Your
the
string
deal.
angle and your intonation's going to be wrong. Well, you can comp for that. Just my opinion. So, what we got going on in the chat here? Scotty's still going off about Floyd's being pot metal. Oh, Butt Cheeks is here. What's up, Butt Cheeks?
Does it have to be a Floyd?
I have a couple black 1000 series, but they're in storage. I'd have to go dig them out.
No, Kurt's going to hook them up.
Oh, okay. So I need to go down some more. Oh, yeah, there it is. Kurt's got a Floyd special for him.
Oh, a special.
I hope you changed the saddles.
If you tone upgrades.
I'll just use a Godo 1996.
Scotty says the 1000s have rough fine tuners and a pot metal spring. The way you fix the rough fine tuners is some firearm lubrication on the threads and run them in and out about 15
You mean
times.
spring block, Scott?
Yeah,
Because you
don't-
can't
that's
make
what
a,
I
you
was trying to
can't-
figure
You
out.
can't make a spring out of pot metal. It's physically impossible. So I'm thinking you mean spring block.
If he's talking about the sustain block, that's not true. It's nickel coated brass, just like the original series. The originals are. And unless they've changed that here in like the last month, the 1000 you can buy is the Low Pro that replaced the old Floyd Pro. It's got the normal Floyd string spacing, but it's more like an Ibanez Edge type saddle with locking screw design. They don't run through the whale tail. So
Now he's
you used to
consulting
could
our-
buy the 1000s, but they went OE with them.
What do you need the spring for?
What's Blue Moss talking about here? Set it for middle tension on the spring so you have lots of room to adjust it. Push it up tight to the block in the mounting position. Yeah, whatever he said. He says, no, you can't read.
That's not quite what he said.
Well, I'm trying to be PC here, so. Oh, our boy Beesman. I ain't got nothing to play for Beesman. This is embarrassing. There's Beesman.
Hello, baby.
That's what you get. You get a hello baby and a dive bomb. Brian Beesman in here, Boner Jams, with the $4.99 super chat. So I want to thank Kurt 5150 for the herpes medicine. Super nice of him to send it to me. I was told the lesions will go away soon. Smooches. Did you get said herpes from Kurt? That's what we really want to know.
Fire kills everything. So there's that.
And naphtha.
So Scotty says they announced that about a week and a half ago. Oh, okay. Are they still making them in Korea? Or are they going to start making them? They're not going to make them here. Who the fuck are we kidding? There he is. 40 Grit in the house. If you get home and you want to jump in, man, shoot me a text. I'll send you a link unless you've already texted me and I haven't looked at my phone. So we can always do with some 40 Grit guitar talk. He actually knows what he's talking about compared to us. Arky in the house.
What's up?
What's shaking, Arky?
What is up, Arky? Our wonderful moderator, Arky. Don't piss her off. You'll get banned.
Well, if she really hates you, she'll give you a free membership.
Scotty, I've put the brass screws into a 1000 like 5 times. They knurl the last thread on the 1000 so you can't unscrew them all the way out of the whale tail. And if you do it wrong, then you'll goof that thread up. But I've replaced fine tuners on like 3 1000s with brass ones. So there's that. Everybody's kind of talking to each other. Beesman telling everybody, hey! So, we're caught up in the chat. So that's my latest acquisition.
Okay. So, big brass
Sounds
block.
Uh-huh.
Right? Is it restricting the downward travel?
Not in this,
At all?
no. No.
It's got a big enough route.
Yeah, I've got all the room in the world to dive the bar. It just don't go up no more.
So, shit,
Okay.
Paul's got something for us. Well, not for us, for the two of you.
Ooh. I feel an argument coming on. I think the tone zones I had sounded shrill because of the, I don't even know how the hell you say that, and the Ibanez S Slim
Natto.
body shape.
It's natto.
Guitar had no sustain too, and we did multiple setups, sent it back.
Yep. Shit neck. It's not the body. It's the neck. I've got multiple S-bodied guitars, and they all sound great. It's the neck.
You would know. I mean, you're not like an Ibanez expert or anything like
No, I don't know shit about the necks.
that other dude. We're just playing, Steve-O. We're just playing.
Speaking
Yeah.
of which, should we say hello to Steve Rizor?
Steve. Is it Resor or Weezer?
It's Rizor.
Inquiring mind needs to know.
I missed the... Oh.
What's up, Steve? Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Comcast is attacking you.
Say it ain't so. J. Paul performed to Jay Hannon. It's those J guys, man, you know.
Sometimes you just got to J something right the fuck out of your house.
Yeah, most people, back to what J. Paul was saying about the tone zone, most people go, man, they got so much low end, they're just super buddy. lower it. There's a reason why the tone zones I put in guitars are like way under the strings. I mean, they're high, they're pretty high output, fairly high output for what they are. And, you know, if they've got so much low end and low mids that if you've got them, you know, 2 millimeter under the strings, like you put a freaking Duncan Custom or something, then yeah, it's going to be muddy. They get really boomy and the low end just overpowers everything. So you've got to drop them. Another thing,
EQ'd that way though, right? They are EQ'd to be a bassier, midier pickup.
yeah, well, it goes back into like we talked about a couple weeks ago on the one we did about pickups, who they were originally designed for in mind in a basswood guitar, you know. So, but there's people do the half air mod. Well, they'll do the air gap on the bass side of the pickup, or they'll lower the pickup way down and then raise the screw poles to cut some of the bass frequencies out, or you can put like a 49 picofarad capacitor in line between it and the switch, and that'll cut some low end out of them. Or you can just be normal and keep it like 5 millimeter under the strings.
And there's also like one of the zones is basically a flat EQ all the way across, right? What were you saying? Don't forget the last stream. Don't forget about the air zone, Jimmy.
Well, the air zone's a lower output tone zone, basically. It's an air gap tone zone.
Maybe. Is the Norton? You mentioned one that was very balanced.
Yeah, it's the Norton has a flatter EQ.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like 6, 5, 5, 6.
J. Paul was agreeing could have been the neck, but whatever it was, we did multiple setups. The sustain was weak AF.
The pickup cavity, if it was echoey, then you had a microphonic pickup.
Yeah.
Because I have had multiple brand new microphonic pickups that sounded echoey, and I thought it was the same thing. And it's like, oh, it sounds like the springs, the trim springs are singing.
Around.
And so I did the old foam trick to them and still did it. And what it ended up being was the very poor potting job. And so I threw it on top of my radiant heater for an hour on 80 degrees and
Melted it all back
fixed
into
it.
place.
Yep.
He's got another response there, Randy.
Got Christopher Live Sova in the house. Been lurking. I enjoy feedback like Uncle Ted and others. What's your take, and do you ever use it? Gear Nut or CLS? If I'm standing in front of a big ass 412 playing really loud with a lot of gain, hell yeah.
Yeah, I specifically run a cab here when I can just for that. Not even so much just the feedback, it's just the extra sustain it gets here.
Right. Talk amongst yourselves there for a few minutes, guys. I'll be right back.
Did I miss J. Paul? Where did that guitar come from? Did he say Sweetwater or something, or you just bought it?
Oh,
I never, ever
Yeah.
sign off on somebody else's quality check. When I hit the 17th, it would die quick. Yeah, I've got several guitars on them. I mean, there's lots of necks that will have, pick a spot, and you'll have a dead spot on your neck.
That one that I used to play King's X, right around the 13th, 14th, there's a dead spot.
Yeah. The reason why I say it's the neck, like my white Wolfgang special that I routed out for a floating bridge.
Uh-huh.
It got disassembled and the body got pitched in the bin.
The fire pit.
Yep, because it was a horrible sounding. It was just a horrible. For whatever reason, that guitar was just aggressively bright.
Right.
And I tried multiple necks on it, and nothing was correcting it. And so it went bye-bye. But guitars are fickle things.
Helen Keller.
Yeah.
That's what the doctor would tell you. Oh, my elbow hurts when I bend it. Don't bend it.
Yeah, you just gotta find the song that you don't hit that note on.
Yeah. Find the older I get, the more anal I get about shit like that. It's 90% of the reason why I don't play that other guitar. Because of that little fucking right in here. Because that's all I do is I play the 13th fret.
And bend the shit out of it if you need to go higher.
That's right. It's like when you're driving, I don't know about you, but when I'm driving, if there's like something in the back seat going tick, 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 I'll fucking pull over on the side of the highway and figure out what that is. We ain't having it. Yeah.
That 1996 T is a hard bridge to beat, even for the price. It's really good.
They are for the money. You know what I don't like about them? Is I've had two, and the damn bar is too straight, so I always have to put the trim arm in a vise and bend it to where it's about the same angle as a Floyd.
Floyd's got a more pronounced. Sticks up higher, you mean like that?
The newer ones are straighter. They don't have the same angle to the bend where it curves in. They're like almost straight.
Wasn't Eddie's almost straight?
The original Whaletail Floyd, the bars were straighter.
If you notice, he's on Live Without a Net, and maybe it's just the camera angle stuff, but it's almost like he's dumping the Floyd altogether, and he's just doing, half step bends down. He's really fucking jumping on that thing.
Well, the other thing is the way Eddie would keep his bar loose on this style thread in.
Oh, right.
Is he would thread the bar all the way in where it was tight to the collar, but he would loosen the collar.
Right.
And the whole thing would rotate in the base plate.
Right.
Because you've got the nylon washers in there.
Right.
On those. That's how he did it. But yes, the original Floyd's, the trim arm is a little bit straighter than what they do now.
Right.
Yeah, if you look at any pictures of the 5150 Kramer, like on a stand or something where the bar's just hanging down, you can see, especially if it's next to one of his other guitars, you can see how much straighter the original Floyd arms were. And I think they're a little bit shorter as well. Yeah, there's Scotty says they're a little bit shorter.
Like the Edge 02. The Edge 02, it's a good bridge and it does stay in tune. I like the little thumb wheel to adjust your spring tension, but because you got two different sets of springs, is basically it's multiplying spring pressure, so they tend to be a little stiff feeling as far as the action goes. So it takes a little bit more pressure to get the same amount of travel out of it. But if you don't mind it feeling a little stiffer, they're excellent bridges. They even come with the little grub screw in the knife edge post to secure them things down in the grommet.
Yeah, a lot of people they swear by that Red Bishop pop-in bar.
Yeah, yes. Here's an EVH Floyd Rose. That torque nut, I hate that thing. Worst thing they could ever did. They suck. It's either too tight or too loose.
Yeah, see, when you're like me and you leave the bar loose, now on my floating trims, sometimes I'll tighten them up so I can do the subtle stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to present you 40 Grit. 40.
Shaking, brother. still getting.
What up? You guys hear me?
Yeah.
we got you.
Yep.
Loud and clear.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Okay, cool. All right, good. Sweet.
Now we got somebody here that actually knows what the hell they're talking about.
Figure this out.
I don't. Can you hear us, bud?
Yes, no.
Yes. No.
Hold on.
You're flashing. Flash.
There we go. Got it.
I keep highlighting over him.
Is that what that is? That flashing?
Yeah.
I'm in. Sorry, just figuring this out.
You're good, bro.
Okay.
You didn't miss nothing. I just said now we've got somebody in here that knows what the hell they're talking about. So.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm tired of talking about cars today. That's for sure. So thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm over it. So.
Either buy the fucking car or get out. I'm done with you.
I was almost there today, man. It's just like, hey, man, it's time for me to go home. I ain't got no more time for games.
Right.
It's like De Niro in that, what is it? You want to see the manager? Here's the manager.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about it in a month when your car breaks down. You have to come back in.
Right.
Just about it there. Hey, did you debut the Charvel?
I did.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, you got to see the sneak preview.
How's it playing?
Awesome.
Yeah.
The verdict's still out on these DR Dragon Skin strings, though.
Oh,
I don't normally play coated strings. These don't feel like any coated strings I've ever played before, though. So I don't really know how to they're really spongy feeling, I guess is a good way to put it.
They're
They're
right
kinda-
back. I'm gonna make another coffee here.
But yeah, man, I'm digging it. I'm ready for the brass knob to get here. The raw brass knob. That way
did you
it'll
figure out
complete
the
it.
other guitar that was high, the nut issue? Did you figure that guitar out?
Yeah, I straightened the neck out a little bit more on it, and did a couple tweaks, and now I just need to go through and re-intonate the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
And we'll see where it's at. It's pretty damn close now. So
Yeah.
yeah, that German nut and straightening the neck out made a huge difference. I just need to go through and re-intonate it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, anytime you mess with anything like that, you should always check intonation because when you and I were, you and I are talking right now, like everybody knows what we're talking about, but Randy had an issue with a neck this week. And I was like, hey, man, at the end of the day, 25 and a half is 25 and a half.
Exactly.
It just is what it is. You got to, if it's, sounds like it's playing out of tune, just make sure it's 25 and a half inches or, and then
Right.
you're there. So
Kurt says this show just went up 5 tiers
Suck
now that
it.
40 Grid is
Oh,
here.
please. Get out of here. No, I was Randy texted me and I said, well, hey, I'm still at work. And he goes, well, you want to jump in? I was like, yes, please. For the love of God, let's get off this today.
Yep.
Let's get off this today.
You're in the midst of modifying a Charvel as well.
Yeah, I haven't wired it yet.
Oh, look at that. It looks so similar.
Yeah, I haven't wired it yet, but I guess kind of wired. I haven't wired the pickups in yet, and I got to block the bridge. But this turned out really good. I was on the fence about the black bridge, and then once I stuck the chrome in there, I was like, "Yep, there it is. It's chrome."
Is that an 84 Floyd?
Yeah, it's 84. So I figure I'll leave the. I swapped the. Did I tell you about the nut?
No.
So I put a German in there, and the action was way high. I slapped a German in there, and it dialed right in.
Oh yeah. You did tell me that.
I threw a German in there, so it's got a German Floyd original stock tuners and German Floyd 84 bridge, the Marzio Tone Zone, Air Norton, low friction EVH, Switchcraft 3-way. Brass block 37. I put a 37 in there, and it looks like it's going to sit perfect. So, yeah, that's good.
I think this is 30. actually don't know. I think this is a 37. I don't think it's a bigger one than that. I can't see it because I can't pull up. So, yeah.
Yeah, this one turned out really good. So.
This one shimmed the neck, and I've got the blocks sitting on the body.
Mm-hmm.
So to deck it.
Oh, that's good. See, if you can see where mine's sitting now, I mean, it's the bridge is sitting perfect to where it should be, as if it was decked, right?
Right.
So I just put some neck angle on it, and it's sitting as it should, so it'll accommodate. It will accommodate the 37. So, like I said, this came with a 32 in it, and I was like, why are they putting 32s in these? Because they don't want to change the CNC program. That's why they don't want to do it. That's why they're putting those in there. So
every Mexican Charvel I've had with a recessed Floyd has had a 32 in it.
Yeah. Uncool for me. I mean, personally, I just think that's kind of uncool. But
well, you know, half of them, they're sitting halfway down in the cavity anyway, the whole trim. It wasn't that one why that guy couldn't get it to play right. It was sitting down in the recess.
Yeah, the guy I got it from, he said, it's just never been right, so I just went ahead and blocked it so it had no movement. It had no downward, no up, back, no upward, no downward, nothing. And he had a big piece of wood stuck in right here. So it wouldn't do anything. He said it just never played right. Well, it didn't play right, so...
Yeah, this one, when I got it, it had a piece of wood glued in there. He had one of the FU Tone L blocks on that 1000 series bridge, and he had a piece of wood glued in there. So, but when Willie put it back together, he just put a little bit, I guess he put a little more neck angle in it, and the bridge is probably, I'd say probably about 3.5 millimeters off the body.
Yeah, that's good, because if you put a detuner on it,
you got plenty of
room.
room.
You won't have a problem getting to it. You know what I'm saying? That's the move.
Yep, it's got plenty of room. But he put a little more angle in it, and now the block, that brass blocks just slap against the body. So,
Darren asked me if I had a yellow Kramer. No, I don't have a yellow Kramer. I have a yellow PV Tracer Deluxe.
Non-sponge paint job.
Yeah.
Yellow Kramer. Who's got a yellow Kramer? I would love to have a yellow Kramer.
Well, Herbifireside Studios has a yellow Kramer, but he saw my PV Tracer Deluxe looks suspiciously close to a Kramer.
Why is that, Jimmy? Strap body, banana-ish headstock, well, kind of pointy-ish, banana-ish.
Yeah.
Like the 85 Beretta headstock.
Yep. Great guitar.
Hey, I got some good gouge on the Floyd Roses. I talked to my buddy the other day, who works for a really big guitar company, in my opinion. But he was talking to me about Floyd stuff, and I go, "Hey, bro, what's going on with Black Floyds? They're impossible to get." And he said, "Okay, so here's the deal with the Black Floyds. The gold and chrome are dipped, obviously, and the blacks are painted. So Floyd Rose had to totally redo the way that they do paint the black. So that's why they're so. But now they're caught up. They're filling all the back orders now on black. But I got a new black base plate, and it's thicker than the 1000. So."
Huh.
I said, "Hey man, what's going on with this base plate? I mean, is it legit? Because I have so many parts for Floyd Roses." I said, "Well, I can't get a black one. I'll just build a couple." So I found these base plates on Amazon at a Floyd Rose store, and I bought them both because it said 2 available. So I bought them, and I got them, and the base plates are super thick. So I was talking to my buddy, and I go, "Hey, what's going on with these base plates?" He said, "Well, Floyd Rose has made the base plate thicker now to accommodate the trem routes, because as they're sitting in the pocket, they look better in the pocket. There's not a gap there. The plates are thicker. and he said that that's the reasoning for the new thickness on the plate. So if you happen to bump into a Floyd Rose and you think the base plate's a little thicker, like it was for me, I was actually shocked because it's thicker. And I measured it against an FU tone. The originals are the tiniest. The second tiniest were the 1000, or no, the FU tone. The third was the Floyd Rose 1000, and now the Floyd Rose original base plates are thick. So if you happen to bump into a Floyd Rose original and you're wondering why the plate's thick, it's a newer plate.
Now, that's a bent plate, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the bent. Yeah, the whale tail plate. So, but I thought that was interesting because I put the new saddles on it too, and then I think I had mentioned to somebody on some channel that I talked to Adam, and Adam said that he's going to start doing the rounded saddle inserts.
He's gonna have to.
Yeah, because they're
For the new
universal
ones.
now for the new ones and the old ones. You
Right.
can't use the old ones on the new saddles. So, but yeah, I thought that was great info for me because I was freaking out thinking I got some counterfeit Floyd Rose stuff, and they said that it's all been redone. All the Floyd Rose stuff is, and he said the quality's better. That they've gotten several, and the quality's great. The finish is great. I heard through the grapevine that they were having problems with Schaller with finishing. And that's kind of why. And then I guess there was a straw that broke the camel's back with a shipment to a company, and they said, "Okay, that's it." They said, "We're gonna just do it ourselves." So that's why.
Huh.
Yep. But you were talking about the Lockmeisters. The Lockmeisters are great. So
Yeah, I've got a Lockmeister. This radius, the nut and the bridge is radiused for 14, and which I probably should have just radiused the bridge for 16, but the neck radius on the guitar is 14. But that was cool with them is you could just go on Schaller's website and spec whatever radius saddles and nut you wanted, and I got it, man. That thing is like pristine. There's like it's chrome, and if you're just first glance, I mean, it's identical to an OFR, other than it says Lockmeister instead of Floyd Rose. But I mean, it's the same bridge, but there was definitely no finishing issues with it. I mean, it's like a bright, shiny new car.
Yep. Well, you were talking about the 10-inch radius on the new nuts, and you said it didn't even bother you. But I've said that too. I don't know how many people now, because really a 10-inch radius, you're really not going to feel a difference, and it's better to have a little more gap under there. So when you're doing the pinch harmonics on the second fret, there's more meat to grab.
Right.
Because if you're dealing with like on that yellow BC Rich I got, that Gunslinger, that's a 15-inch neck, so I put a 15-inch radius, which was like R10.
R5.
No, it was a R10, I think. And it was a 15 and yeah, it was an R10. I put an R10 on it, and it was so flat I couldn't even get under the nut. I couldn't even get under the string to get a pinch harmonic out of it. So I went back to the 12-inch radius on the R3. So yeah. So you gotta be careful with going too flat of a radius. I mean, if you match the radius, you may not have personally, I won't have as much real estate there to where I can get under it, so. The Whale and Chippendales inspired.
You might be waiting a minute for that one, Brian.
Yeah. You can go see my butthole on OnlyFans, so head on over. It's only $4.99 a month. It's a bargain.
Post-work pictures.
Is it pay-per-view? Yeah, I didn't. When I was looking this guitar over, I mean, I know these are poly finishes, dude. This thing's got a thick poly finish on this guitar, like the USA's did. I mean, this thing has got some serious dings in it, and they're deep, and there is no wood shown.
Oh, really? Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Sounded sick and wrong.
This one was nitro, and it's got quite a bit of paint on it too. But when I put it in the freezer, it cracked.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I was
awesome.
Yeah, I was good with that. I mean, it It gave it some more character. Kurt 5150 says it's called a 40 grit standard upgrade package. I wonder what what he's talking about. Probably all the nonsense I was. All my guitars are the same.
Well, you can't have too many 3-woods.
Yeah, 3-woods. Yeah, that's what Harry told me.
I like 3-woods.
You got a lot of 3-woods in your room. I was like, yeah.
I'd play the Masters with 3-woods. So, Yost, what's up, Yost?
Funny. Standard upgrade package.
What do you say? Grit of the 40 discipline. All up in this joint.
I am here. Yes, thanks to Randy. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Get out of work mode and get into 2 days off mode. I'm going to wire this tomorrow morning. I'm going to wire this in the morning. Put a block in it. Should be fun.
That's the 40 grit standard upgrade package. You get new Floyd parts, new pickups, new wiring that doesn't suck. Top tier John Suhr level setup.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's the point of spending $7,000 for a guitar if you can buy a $1,500 one and upgrade it? You know, I mean, like,
right.
That's the move, in my opinion. Especially if you're gigging. Like, my buddy saw this guitar and he goes, "Dude, if I was still gigging, I'd start the show with that one."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, it is. It does got some eyeball."
Hold that thing up. Let's see if we can see the checking in that thing.
Oh yeah. Can you see it? Are you getting? Oh yeah, you can see it right there, right?
Yeah, when you get the light reflecting on it, you can see it.
See at the bottom.
Yeah. Looks really cool.
Yeah, so if you got one of these, just stick it in the freezer. It'll crack.
Don't give me ideas.
Yeah. Well, you said you were looking for one locally now, so yeah.
Well, yeah, I was looking at my original idea was I was going to buy that guitar, the white Relic San Dimas, and I was going to do the same thing. I was going to, double creams, pickup rings, brass knob, chrome hardware, and I was actually just going to jump on like the Stratosphere or something and buy a maple fretboard neck for it. And then, you can, all the fake neck relic tricks, use some graphite and some tinted oil or sand it and use a little tinted oil or whatever. And I was going to go that route, and then this thing popped up, and I was like, I'll just buy one of the Japanese guitars.
No, that's a good one, man. Japanese are good.
So
that's a good one.
It's like, I know how good these are. And then, talking to the guy and you could see in the pictures on Reverb how much it had been played to a point. But once I actually opened the case when it arrived, I'm like, holy hell, this thing's been played.
Yeah.
And then you tune it up and play it, and you're like, oh man, it feels just broke in and perfect.
Didn't he level the frets on that too?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were jumbos. At this point, they're medium jumbos. So, yeah, they when I took it all down, I'm like, man, a lot of these frets sure are flat.
Yeah, it just needed a crown, a level and crown. Hey, Kurt, thanks, man. Hey, Yostinator said he's got a new guitar date ×2 when he gets home tonight.
Are they Charvels, Yostinator? I know how much you love Charvels. Arky putting 40's link in the chat.
Oh yeah, thanks, Arky.
Thanks, Arky. Thanks for all you do, Arky.
Apricot oil.
What are you, gay?
That's a Quentin special.
You know anything about that?
It's funny. I missed the chance to highlight it earlier, but when 40 popped in, I said, oh, look, now we got somebody here that knows what the hell they're talking about. And Scotty goes, I don't see Quentin around. I hear he's having car trouble again.
Funny.
Some kind of hex or something Ryan put on the little Hyundai that got.
No.
Where's Ryan at?
He said, screw you guys. He's taking the night off.
Yeah?
Yep, Ryan need the night off.
No, good for him. Maybe he's out shopping for another Les Paul or something.
Now, Ryan's wanting a telly-shaped object with a Floyd. And
Sacrilege.
Charvel.
I've sent him, you know how I am. We look at a lot of the same stuff on Reverb. So I've got several of the Style 2s, the USA and Japanese ones, when they pop up. And I'll see one for a decent price. And I'll send it to him and go, you know, if this guy wants $1,500 for this one, you could probably see if you can get him down to around 11 and you'll get a good deal, you know. And the black one I sent him, I almost bought the black one myself, and then this popped up. So I
You're
bought
like the
this instead.
drug dealer that uses his own best customer.
Floyd.
Oh yeah.
What we got there, Jimmy?
It's actually a PV Generation S2 with a tracer.
Oh, that's
reverse
cool.
headstock neck.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so I needed a guitar to try out my tremolo line bridge out on, so you can see all the room because this bridge is tiny.
Okay.
So I just needed to try it because I've been sitting on this thing for like a year and a half, and it's definitely a different bridge. This is the first version. The new version has actual thumb screws for your for the tuners. These ones just have these little hex head screws, and it sucks. So Tremoline just came out with this version 2 that actually has the thumb screws, and a couple months down the road they'll offer the replacement screws for the first version bridge. So, but it's all machined stainless. Nothing's cast or sintered. Everything's machined. Very lightweight. So yeah, so it works. So that's all I needed to know. But yeah,
Cool.
Telly-shaped object with a Floyd. So, but this going on the router table, and it's going to get this Ibanez Pro Edge.
The Ibanez. That's what they ought to call the next variant, the Ibanez.
Hey, what did somebody just said that they got a new Yost Nader said that he got 2 SGs?
Yeah, he said a pair of SGs this time. I don't know you anymore, man. Last one was a Sharvie. Cool, man.
And then somebody got a Chub Tone. Oh yeah,
Chuck
yeah.
C. Chuck did. I think you commented that on
Hell yeah.
Facebook post for me. Did you get the black one with the dinky body and the reverse headstock?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Me and Randy talked about that one numerous times. That's a good one. Let's see here. I was going to go grab the Chub Tone, but I ain't going to do that. Oh, Darren's here. What's up, dude? How's it going?
Darren said that's a beauty.
Yeah. M3 Festival's coming. DeMartini will be throwing licks all over the stage soon.
Yep, that's it. Chuck C said it's the black dinky body with the dude.
Yeah, hey, that's a good one, bro. You wrestled with that one, man.
I did.
You wrestled with that one.
And then they reduced the price by like $350. I'm like, oh man, I ought to buy that. And I was like, the dinky body. I like the shape of the dinky body. I don't like the size of the dinky body. If it had been the regular Strat style body, I would have bought it.
It would have been gone a long time ago.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't like the dinky bodies. They don't like that 7/8 size. And whatever that is up there for you in Kanukistan, John.
Yeah, I don't know.
0.875.
Right. Blue Mox said he sold his standard 60s Epiphone SG this weekend.
It's hard to
Dude,
sell guitars and not lose your ass.
yeah, you know, man, I lost my ass on that Les Paul, but
Wow.
whatever.
Having a guitar collection, it's not an investment, it's a love.
I mean, yeah,
It had to go, Randy, so I mean, whatever.
exactly.
You know.
You know, I didn't lose my ass on that JP16. I actually made money on it, but it took 3.5 months to sell it. The Les Paul was gone in a week, but I lost on it. But
You paid full pop on that too, didn't you?
I did. I did pay full pop on the Les Paul. I did not pay full pop on the JP16 because it was used. and I played my wheel and deal game. And the dude cut me a break because I did drive 3.5 hours to North Carolina to get it. But you know what? I don't care. I got to hang out with Charles Green for a few hours while I was there. Had some Waffle House. It's totally worth it.
Where does he live, Charles Green?
He
In
lives,
South Carolina.
yeah, he lives in near Charlotte in North Carolina.
Hey, did you get any of those tornadoes? Oh, yeah, I was wondering if you guys get hit by any of that stuff.
I mean, we had some shit weather there. I mean, it was thundering and lightning and storming for a couple hours, but by the time all that weather really crossed the Alabama-Georgia line, it had really calmed down. So I think they had 2 touchdown in like northwest Georgia, up near where Matt McCollum's at in Dallas, and maybe 1 in South Georgia, but I think they were like EF1s.
What's up, Andy?
Andy Carson in the house.
Andy's here. What's up, Andy?
Bo's got it right. Guitars is a lifetime achievement. And right now, I think Bo's got the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh, KXM Brock says, and hopefully Carlos. Carlos is back.
Is he?
Carlos is with Warren for sure. Yeah, Warren said that on the what's his face interview. What's that? The guy on Sirius.
Eddie Trunk.
Eddie Trunk had Warren and Steven on, and Warren said that that Carlos was with. So I think those guys are a pretty good duo. I mean, like if you can't have Robin Crosby and you really dissect it, I don't know who would be a better fit that isn't employed. You know what I'm saying? When Carlos, they played the Key Club for the Infestation album, and I was there to debut it, and Carlos was there, and Warren was there. I talked to him downstairs, and or was it upstairs? We talked to him upstairs or downstairs, me and my buddy, and Carlos was just really cool, man. I mean, just a down to earth dude, and I think they're a good team. They're a good duo. You can't have Robin Crosby. So
Yeah, and I think Carlos is one of those guys from that period that gets looked over because, well, he replaced Randy Rhoads in Quiet Riot, and how many hits did Quiet Riot have during that? 2, 3?
yeah, watch Carlos Cavazzo's guitar solo at the US Festival and tell me that he's not a good player.
He's played a Charvel Telly.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he's ripping on that US Festival, like ripping.
The big, what was it? The hearing aid thing that Dio put together. The outtakes of all those guys recording their guitar solos for that, and they're just going nuts. And then you find out. I think George Lynch said it. It was like everybody was scared of Yngwie.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Yngwie showed up, so everybody just was like going for it.
Yeah.
And he was like, the only guys that showed up that didn't just, play till their fingers fell off.
Eddie Hoida,
Buck Dharma, and Dave Murray and Adrian Smith. They did that harmony thing, that melodic harmony thing, and then just everybody else was just burning as fast as they could.
It's funny. I like Buck Dharma's solo. Oh, no, it was really good.
Yeah.
And Brad Gillis was doing his harmonic screams and
Yep.
Sometimes less is more. Yngwie.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's like wait, who said it? Pete Thorne said. He said, "Get out of the high register and get into the cash register."
Right.
Yeah, get out of the high register and get into the cash register. It's so awesome. Hilarious.
You watch that clip with all those guys in there, and to me the standouts, like we just said, weren't really the guys that
You would think.
that just burn the building down shredding, but when you go with the guys that were shredding, to me, and all the guys in there just blazing the fretboards, I mean, it was Yngwie, Lynch, and Vivian Campbell.
Yeah, Vivian Campbell's. Yeah, he smoked on that, bro. Vivian Campbell. Yeah.
Back when Vivian Campbell shredded.
That's what back when he was Vivian Campbell. Yeah.
Right. Then he went to Vivian Paycheck.
Yeah.
He went to the cash register.
Yeah. He went to the cash register. He did. Right, John. Correct. He did. But I mean, for what he's getting paid, he's probably okay with it.
Oh, fuck.
Because at least in Def Leppard, he's getting paid. He never got paid in Dio. So.
Right. And
He's had a golden career, really. I mean, he got to do all that cool stuff when he was young.
Well, he
Now
did.
he's
He was
making
in
bank and-
River Dogs after.
he was in Sabotage before Dio. I think he cut one Sabotage album, and then his short-lived stint in Whitesnake. Did he do the whole '87 tour? Him and Adrian Vandenberg, was it both of them for that whole tour? And then they fired Vivian after the tour.
Yeah, and then actually, somebody was talking about that the other day with Sykes, and that's if you don't know the story with Sykes, I mean that's just a great story because that's all. So yeah, I saw Blue Murder with Billy Squier in like 90, 91. And Sykes played a bunch of Whitesnake stuff, and he said, "Well, I might as well go ahead and play it because I wrote it." So,
which was true.
Yeah.
He goes out there and sings it better than Coverdale.
Yeah, and that Blue Birder stuff, bro. I mean, it never gets old. It never gets old. I mean, like I still, if you go on YouTube and watch a video like an '80s video, it turns into this almost like a what was that called? We used to watch on MTV at night. It came on like at midnight.
Headbangers Ball.
It turns into Headbangers Ball for the '80s. If you watch one '80s video, that's why YouTube's awesome. I'll sit there and watch it, and it's just like, man, Blue Birder was badass. I mean, like all those '80s bands were freaking badass, man. They're just great. Yeah, is he out of his cancer scare? Because he's gone now, right? He was gone for a minute. Is he out of his cancer scare? Does anybody know?
They did those shows in Mexico where Phil's Tech, John Zacco, which he's pretty cool. You can chat him up on the old Instagram, and he'll get real chatty with you.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. I did that during the what tour was that with all the bands? The
stadium tour.
The stadium tour. I was talking to him all the time, just asking questions because that's when I bought the Sustainer. And I was asking him questions. I go, hey, what level does he have the gain on the Sustainer? He goes, all the way up, bro. There's no other way. And I was like, oh, it's so. Yep. I mean, the guy answered me immediately. It was cool.
Yeah, he put a post up showing one of those custom shop tellies that Jackson did for him, and the fucking necks on those things are like 1.5 inches thick.
Yeah, they're thick. They're big.
So I asked him, I'll have to go back and look at the comment. I was like, have you ever put a micrometer on that thing when you get the strings off just to see how damn thick those necks are?
Yeah.
And he's like, that's a good idea. He goes, because they just get thicker and thicker. Mm-hmm. I've got a buddy of mine that's got one of Phil's backup PC ones, I think from 2010, 2011. And he acquired it through somebody that worked on that tour that got buddy with Phil, and Phil gave him the guitar at the end of the tour. And it's a natural finished PC1 before they had the roasted maple necks. And that thing's like 1 inch at the first fret. And I think at the 12th, it's like, I don't know, like 1.2 at the 12th. I mean, it's huge. But, Richie Kotzen, he plays those. Richie's necks are pretty much 1 inch all the way through.
Mm-hmm. I think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you played one of those tellies? One of those, what's his face?
The Kotzen telly?
Yeah, they're awesome.
They are.
I haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah, I played one at Guitar Center. I was like, oh my God, this thing's awesome. But I didn't go after it, and I don't know why. I should have.
Yeah, that's one of those.
It's got DiMarzio's in it too, I think.
Yeah, it's got a Chopper T and a Twang King. So, Bo says he met John Sykes in '86 along with Gary Moore.
Wow.
He said it was Gary's show, but don't know why Sykes was there, but it was cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, imagine meeting John Sykes. That'd be... Phew.
Can't Drive 55 says he thinks Vivian's in remission again.
Yeah.
KSN Rock. Yep. Phil uses 13 gauge strings and
Metal
metal
picks.
picks.
I've got metal picks from Vivian and Phil.
Yeah, I've got one of Phil's, the stainless steel ones with the leopard logo laser etched into it.
Yeah, I've got I actually have my box of. I should do a show on this one night. This is my box of picks.
Show me your pick.
Oh my God, I've got everything known to man in here.
Yep. I've got a binder back there with.
It's ridiculous what I have in here.
I've got a bunch of Ed's picks and
They're worth a bunch of money. All these Van Halen picks are worth a grip now.
oh yeah, I've got one of the. Do you have one of the gold Hercos from the
Yes.
07-08 tour? I do too.
Yeah, hold on. Oh boy, all right. I don't want to turn this into a pick show, but
You know, the legend has it that the gold ones were for Ed only, and if you got one of those, it at one point was in Ed's pocket.
Neil Sean handed to me backstage on the Eclipse tour. That's a good one. I haven't opened this box in forever. I don't know. Let me find my gold Herco. Continue the discussion. Oh, shoot. Look at this. Handed to me by Zeke Clark at the 93 in Costa Mesa. Red Rocker. Handed to me by Zeke Clark, who had him in his pocket.
Yeah, because 93 Zeke was just teching for Sammy.
Yep.
And Matt Bruck was in the picture.
I've got a Blaze. Oh, there it is right there. Blaze on pick. We were front row Phoenix, and this was laying on the ground.
Nice.
Blaze on.
That was 04?
So, was it for that pick? I know
think
I
so.
got one of those gold Hercos, bro. I know I have one of those gold Hercos. Just gotta find it. I got all this shit dumped out now. Anyways, I don't turn this into a pick show.
Yeah, I saw, I think Phil switched from stainless steel to he's using brass picks now. I think it's what he's
Oh, he's using brass?
Yeah, I think he's using brass ones now.
Oh.
But you know, he's went from the Super 3s to now he's using the X2Ns and everything. It's like the hottest pickup DiMarzio makes. Dual rail.
Dual reel stacked.
There it is right there. Which one is this? Here's the Vivian Campbell. Metal one. Hey, I mean, like, man, I've tried the metal pick thing. I just can't do it, man. Just can't do it.
No, you know, to me it's like, oh, well, they don't have any flex, but then here I am using a 2.0.
Yeah, you know what? That dirty, rotten, no good Englishman there has got me onto these fucking things now.
Oh yeah, the
420.
oh,
I'm good. Might as well just go pick up a fucking rock out of the yard.
I'm still using those ones that you told me about, Randy. I'm still using those. What are those 2.0, right?
yeah.
Yep.
The flow gloss.
Those are awesome. Yep.
They give you better leverage. I guess leverage is the word. For me personally, I just feel like I have better picking leverage. I don't know what it is about that.
I don't know, man. It's something with the bevel and how it's high polished. They just like glide off the strings.
Yeah, I've been trying these big taco chip, whatever they are, those big thick bastards. It almost feels like you're playing with a club, a little bit, right? Because it's so thick. But you know, I figure I'd give it a little bit. But those 2.0s are perfect.
I bought the 3.0 ones to try them, and I couldn't do it. I'm like, all right, this is too much.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what she said.
Rob Blackmore uses the gray Holy Grail Hercos 0.75 millimeter. They're
Yes,
great.
3XL. Yeah, I used those for a while. Jeans spliced. Those
Don't
are big picks too.
Don't forget your Swiss picks. I hate those things.
Oh God.
I don't even
I've
know
never
what that
even-
is.
There's
Yeah.
I got a Robin Crosby too. Shoot, I haven't seen that in a while.
I used to use the Intune GP. There's version of those. They call them the Jumbo Jazz, the XJJs or something like that. That's when I was in that band, 11 Standing Still. All my custom picks were done through Intune.
Nice.
And used .73s back then.
Yeah, 73 was my go-to for a long time. I've tried to play the 60, and I just can't get the 60 going, man. I've
I
tried.
can't either.
I tried to be like Ed and do the 60 thing, but I can't get that going. I don't know
I
why.
can't. I can't either. It's a little bit easier if you buy the Max Grip signature picks, but still, it's just like, man, those are just way too floppy.
You know what's cool about those? I can't find it, but I've got a Herco. I've got that gold Herco, but I bought it. I didn't get it given to me. Those gold Hercos were in their they were personally handed out. He never played with those. Wolfgang and Ed both had gold Hercos on that tour, and the only way you could get a gold Herco was if they handed it to you.
Right.
So I've got one of each. I've got a Wolfgang and I've got an Ed somewhere. But I bought them. I didn't get them given to me.
Which red Petrucci picks are you talking about? The flows? Because I've got some of those too. I like the Petrucci Jazz 3s, the ones that were just slightly bigger than his prime tone Jazz 3s. Those were great.
I kind of like listened to Guthrie Govin,
Yeah.
and his whole philosophy on it is, if you're trying to do this with any bit of precision, you want something that's fucking thick.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, you find the shape that you like and the thickness, but none of this floppy shit. That's his idea, and I kind of agree. But
I got a
whatever works
lesson. I got a lesson from a guy when I was living in Temecula when I was gigging, and I just went back for a couple lessons just to have somebody that was really good. He was like the guy to go to in Temecula. So I said, "Hey, tell me where I'm not doing, what I need to work on, and tell me what will make me better." And he said, "You're using too thin of a pick. You need to use a thicker pick." He said, "If you're looking to play faster, you need to use a thicker pick."
Yeah.
And I agree with you, John, 100%.
But you get other people like Ryan uses a fairly thin pick, I think.
I think Ryan uses the 60s.
He can do that Eddie thing there with the weird, I guess.
Oh, the wrist thing?
Yeah.
Sammy Reynolds says he switched from the Jazz 3s to the Fender Teardrop Heavies a few years ago. Chuck C said, yeah, the flows. Yeah. Those are kind of what got me started on the 2 millimeters. Which the Petrucci flows are a little bit smaller than the regular flows. I think they're actually about the same size as these Oltex Gloss.
Yeah, everybody owes it to themselves to get at least one pack of those 2.0
Yeah.
flow gloss picks.
Did Ryan get some? Ryan said that he was going to do it. Did he get some or
I
no?
don't think he ever got any.
No. Just to try it. I mean, it's whatever. What do they cost?
They're
you
not.
down
They're
there?
not. They're not cheap. They're $10 for a 3-pack, but they're fucking worth it.
Even just to say you don't like it, it's worth it.
Blue Mox says, I like the Jazz 3 Max Grip, but now on to the Gloss Flow 2.0. You damn right, buddy.
They're good.
He's tried the 420s, and it's like playing with a River Rock. Exactly.
Yeah. It's pretty rough, man.
Okay, Sim Rock says, I guess I need 1 millimeter now. Maybe. Greasy. I like the blue chips, man. That's what like all those dudes in Nashville use, are those blue chip picks. Especially a lot like the acoustic, the flat picker guys. They use blue chip picks. I'm not an acoustic flat picker by any mean, but
A little bigger.
yeah.
Hold on a second. I gotta do something. Hold on a second.
See, I don't like the regular flows, the regular 2.0 flows.
Neither do I.
There's something about these gloss ones, man. They're great.
Yep.
I'm glad I've turned so many people on to them.
Yeah, you did. For me, anyways, it was like, oh fuck, where you been?
Right. Blue chip picks are good, but they're $35 for one pick.
Holy Christ! And they're only .60.
No, they've got different shapes and thicknesses and all that stuff.
Yeah, I ain't fucking about with that. $35 a pick. That's fucking damn near $100 Canadian. Plus a fucking tariff, I'm sure.
James Stewart says NAMM show heavy picks are great. I've never been to NAMM, so I don't know.
Weren't we talking about next warm season time?
If they keep
have
it open to the public.
Yeah.
There's I was reading something the other day saying that it was in the discussion of going back to invite only. I guess they've had too many jackasses show up being stupid and fucking shit up.
That's not good.
But
So
you
it'd
know,
be like dealer plus guest list or whatever, right?
yeah, well, I mean, if you think of what NAMM is, I mean, it's there for people buying,
Yeah.
you know, for the retailers that buy from these companies. That's why Gibson and Fender they had the conference room setups where you had to be on the list to get in. You know, they let a handful of YouTube guys in, but they were there to basically show off a few new models in their fucking $7,000 custom shops.
Yeah.
So, you know. Robbie says the Hetfield White Fang 1.14 if I want a heavy pick. I like those White Fang picks. I don't like the damn sandpaper grip on them because if I'm playing something that I go to tap, when I tap, I tuck the pick real quick under my bird finger, and I have to when I go to switch back, I can't switch back quick enough because that sandpaper stippling like locks into the back of my finger. So
That's how I do it too. I need it. That's part of the whole. Well, I don't do it very much, but
Hey, I just called my buddy because as soon as you said that thing about Ed's picking, the wrist picking, John.
yeah.
So so it was the Gary Sharon tour of my buddy. I was in the military. I think I was over in Desert Storm, or I was on deployment.
Right.
And my buddy went to go see Van Halen 3 at the Hard Rock Hotel in Vegas.
Right.
So he went somehow he got up to the floor where they were staying, and he asked Gary Sharon what room they were in, what room Ed was in, and somehow he found out which room Ed was in.
Oh boy.
So he went back to his room and said, "Hey, room 247, please." And Eddie picks up the phone. He goes, "Yeah," and he goes, "Hey, is this Ed?" And he goes, "No, this is Dean." And he said, "Oh, Dean, huh?" And he goes, "Yeah, this is Dean." And he goes, Hey, Dean, how come you don't do the fast wrist picking anymore? Is there something wrong with your wrist? And instead of saying, "This is Dean,"
Yeah.
Eddie said, "Oh, no, man, there's nothing wrong with my wrist. I still do it." One of the best stories ever. I was like,
That's awesome.
One of the best. My buddy chased Eddie Van Halen around that damn hotel he had so many pictures of them gambling at night, him and Valerie gambling, and he had so many pictures, and it was just awesome to hear his stories because they were so accessible. That Hard Rock Hotel, I forgot what the stage was called. It was called a room. What was that room called? It was called
ABTV.
It was called something, and it was a small venue.
Yeah.
And you had access to the rock stars, but I just called my buddy because I asked him, "Hey, what was his alter ego?" And he said it was Dean. He said his name was. He said, "No, this isn't Ed. This is Dean." And he goes, "Okay, Dean. Well, how come you don't fast pick with your wrist anymore? Is there something wrong with your wrist?" And he goes, "Oh no, man. There's nothing wrong with my wrist. I'm good."
That's awesome.
So classic, man. Just so awesome.
And that's true though. Bringing up the some people call it hummingbird picking.
Yeah.
There was that period there through the 90s, from like 93 till 04 that he would alternate pick everything kind of. I mean, he was picking, holding it like that, but
Oh, that's so funny. That's just so funny that you would think you say, "No, this is Dean. I don't know what you're talking about. Your wrist." He goes, "No, man, there's nothing wrong with my wrist.
Dean's wrists were just fine.
I'm good."
it works good.
Yeah,
Works just fine.
that's hilarious. I miss that guy, man. I mean, like I was thinking about the other on Wolfgang's birthday. I was thinking about, man, how cool would it be if Ed was still here and they had something doing? You know, like that kitchen sink tour would have gone down or something. That just would have been awesome. Wolfgang opening,
Yep.
and God, that just would have been so cool to see that show. So
That'd have been great.
cool.
Darren says, I like .60 and .73, but I have a big stubby. Me too. 3.0, which I think is a bass big, but I do like to mess with it once in a while. It feels good. There's so many innuendos in that,
Yeah.
and I'm supposed to be on good behavior tonight, but, you know.
I like those 73 flows. They're like a purple color.
Yeah.
Those are the two that I have on top of my amp right now. I got the purple flow, and then I had the red 2 millimeter. They're both great. It just depends on. I noticed when I was playing on the EMG, if you play with the 2.0, you get a lot of pick noise. There's a lot of pick noise coming off that, so I switched back to the 73, and the pick noise went away. So
I thought this purple was an 80.
I got no. These are 70.
The
I
regular.
thought that 73s are yellow.
No, the Ultex flows,
Oh.
the 73s, is like a dark purple.
That dude is insane. This kid, Billy Strings. Have you guys
Yeah.
heard him?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He dropped his weed on Beato.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rick made a short out of it. He's like, "How do you stay so relaxed while you're doing all that?" And his like weed vape fell on the floor.
Oh,
And
God.
he just starts giggling. He goes, "That's how."
Yeah, that kid's amazing.
Yeah,
You
these blue 73 are they purple or blue 73s are good, man. Blows.
You guys remember the speed pick made by Dean? I have no idea what that is. I know Dunlop did a kind of a speed pick thing where the tip of it was because you know most people when you're picking your pick goes down at an angle.
Yep.
You know, they made it where the pick had an angle on it to compensate for that. I think Beesman's still here. It wasn't Jim Root. It was I think Mick Thompson from Slipknot was using those for a while. And then he ended up going back to the carbon fiber Jazz 3s. Blue Mock says the 1.5 standard flow is pretty good, but the 2.0 is a Lamborghini.
Absolutely.
I do like that pick.
Super
Yeah, it makes
thick
you a
pick
better
called the
picker than
speed
you are.
pick. Yeah, I don't know what that. I've never seen one of those Dean speed picks. So
Paul Gilbert with the drill, remember?
yep,
The Makitas. Paul Gilbert, that's why they thought that that's where Ed got the Makita thing from for Pound Cake.
Right.
Remember when Mr. Big was all twisted about him using the Makita?
yeah.
Yeah, I've got rights on a drill.
Yeah. Yep.
Paul Gilbert did it first.
Well, boys,
They
I'm
did
gonna,
different things.
Tuck on out of here, guys.
Yeah, it's almost
Adios,
11.
John. I was going to ask you about. I was actually going to talk to you about the Pete Thorne, but we'll talk next time. I'm considering that red Pete Thorne, so they're not even available till June. So
The HSS with the Floyd? Or
yeah,
the HH with the Floyd?
I would probably do the HH.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. But
And
anyways,
you can jump the line, so to speak, though, because you've got a connection.
I don't know if I get. I mean, I would call Don I'd call Don back at Sir. I feel bad because I called them and I was like, hey, I'm going to do something. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, oh my God, wait a minute. I got that wait time. I didn't even ask what the wait time was.
Yeah.
I should have asked. But I mean, I'm sure they would. We expedited for people, but I wouldn't want them to expedite for me because I'd feel bad jumping in line.
Right.
There's guys waiting for guitars, man. I mean, like that's like the worst feeling ever to go order a $4,000 or $5,000 guitar and you got a 2-year wait.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, my next one's a telly, right? And the obvious choice would be a classic T.
Yeah.
For me, but you know, unless I find one in stock somewhere, it's fucking 16 months or something like that.
You should call Don, dude. Call Sir Customer Service and ask to talk to Don
Yeah,
and tell him that I sent you,
yeah.
and then see if he'll do something for you. And say, hey, Mike's going to do something. He just isn't sure what he's going to do yet. I don't know what to do. You know, and if I'm going to do a Pete Thorne, why would I back somebody up? I just buy a Pete Thorne that came off the line.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no sense to do a custom order on a Pete Thorne.
No, and because we're Canada, right? It's all basically custom orders. There's no stock up here.
Yeah.
Weren't you looking
So
at
I'm
the
thinking
Andy
of
Wood?
maybe looking at an OS custom shop telly or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go wrap my hands around some.
Well,
Darren's about to find out that Jimmy's yellow Kramer is not a yellow Kramer.
oh, he just said it was a Hamer, right? Or something?
It's a Peavy.
It's a PV.
All right, boys. I'll see you.
Hey,
boys,
John, nice
on
to
the
see you,
next
man.
one.
I'll
Thanks
see
for
you.
coming.
See you, buddy.
See you, dude. Probably want to go for about another 10,
Ouch.
10 minutes or so.
Everything's beat up anyways. So apparently Darren missed it when I explained.
Oh, that's cool looking.
Isolation.
Kaler nut.
Hmm.
I removed the Kaler Spider and replaced it with a Godo.
What's the neck
1996T.
pickup?
It's a Custom 5 and a Air Norton.
Do you like the Custom 5?
I like older. This is an older Custom 5
Uh-huh.
from like the late 80s that came in on one of my guitars.
Uh-huh.
I do not like the new ones. They don't sound the same.
Huh.
So, but that's what the guitar that Darren, since you missed it, this is a 035. This is a 1990 PV Racer Deluxe. So,
That's a cool guitar.
she's been played.
Is that a 5-way or a 3-way?
3.
Yeah.
I don't do the 5-way thing, the parallel and series switching. I have no use for it. It's humbucker, bridge, single coil neck, humbucker, neck. Those are the 3 sounds I use.
Understood.
Yeah, if you want one of those PV tracers, there's some dude on Reverb that like paints them with a sponge and sells them for like $400.
Really?
Yep.
They're not good.
What did they come with? A Kaler, a Spider?
Originally,
Yeah.
yeah, they all came with Kaler Spiders. Then your like the Vandenberg came with at one point came with a Killer,
Yep.
which was even bigger, and I mean it just looks grossly over-engineered. But I just didn't like them because they were the spiders were just, I couldn't get them to, with the right action on them. They were just too stiff. And, I like them when you can just sit there and tap it with your finger and get a reaction out of the bridge. And when they came out in the 80s with them is the knife edge is on the post, not the bridge. The bridge plate does not have the knife edge. It's got an insert that accepts the knife edge that sits on the post, and the post was so tiny is the knife edge was like a razor and they would break off. So you couldn't, if you wanted to do like a tiny adjustment to your action, with the strings on, nope, wasn't going to happen. You would screw that post up in a heartbeat. I mean, it had the proper Rockwell hardness for the metal, but it was just too thin, and you would destroy it in 0.2 seconds. So, when I replace those, I use a Kaler Steeler posts and inserts because they're not as big as say like the Godo or Ibanez inserts, which are I can't remember the millimeters, but it's like a skosh over 3/8 of an inch, and a lot of times, with a insert that big, is a lot of guitars don't have the room for them, so you could potentially bust out the backside going into the bridge cavity.
Yeah.
So I just the Kaler Steeler posts, they'll accept any bridge with a knife edge because they got a really wide angle. Unlike Floyd's where it's a tighter angle on it, and if you're not careful on some bridges, that doesn't work, you'll get binding. So that Kaler Steelers, they're like the perfect hardness. I can just sit there and spin those things on the bridge, and you'll ruin the bridge the bridge knife edge before you ruin the post.
Huh.
They're ridiculously strong, and you don't have to take much out as far as because I think they're about the same size as like a Floyd Rose insert, and then so that way I'm not taking too much meat out. So done it with a lot of them. With some of my Ibanez guitars that have the when I switched bridges that either had the Edge 3 or the tone reduction system TRS bridge on it, I swap them out and just use the Kaler Steeler inserts and posts.
I'm still chasing one of those Gem 777s. I'm just waiting for the price to come down.
Yeah, you'll be waiting.
What do you think's a fair price on a green one? $5,000?
Well, you'd be getting a steal at $5,000.
You think so?
Yeah.
There's one on Reverb right now for $5,500. I was going to hit the guy at $5,000, but I just don't want to buy another guitar right now. No, the reissue. I'm not talking about the original.
Reissue. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I was thinking if you're talking reissue,
You can't find the original. No, yeah, the real deal. You're looking 8 to 10. What do you think on a reissue though?
I don't know. 55 still seems kind of high.
See, I think so too. I think though it's a $4,000 guitar. I mean, they were 3,300 new, right? Something like that.
I probably think like 45 would be a reasonable price, unless it's like super dead minty. No playing. Never played.
The one that I was looking at is in good shape, and it's signed by Vi, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah, but you're buying a guitar, not a signature.
Yeah. Well, if I was going to have that guitar, I would want it signed.
Well,
You
can buy one and just send Steve the one of the control cavity plates.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what the spring cavity signed. So I'm sure that's probably what he probably just took that to the show and had him sign it.
Yeah, it's kind of a risky move to. I'm going to take my super expensive guitar to a show. And
Yeah.
risk getting mugged or.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I've got my George Lynch side.
Yeah, Lynch signed. That's cool. I've got all those signed. All my Lynch guitars are signed on the back of the headstock, except for the one where it's just he wrote his name. I thought that was hilarious
Because it used to belong to him.
Yeah. He goes, I go, George, just please, because the guy I got it from, he told me that, it was George's, but he didn't sign it. His name was on the back of the guitar. And I go, So I asked him, I go, George, is this your signature? He goes, no, that's not how I sign my name. That's how I write my name. And I go, so it was yours? He goes, yeah. He's looking at it and he goes, yeah. Whatever. That guy, I've heard from several people that he's given away so much gear, he'll sit and stare at it for a while. That's exactly what he did on mine. Like he was trying to figure it out. Like he knew it was his, but he was trying to figure it out. It's like seeing how did he refer to it as? It was like seeing like a ghost. He said, he every time George grabs a guitar that was his, he sits and stares at it for a little while. It's just kind of weird.
Like he knows it was his. He's
Yep.
trying to find that placement in time where he owns it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what he did with me. When I gave him that bangle, he was like, yeah, it was mine. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. He just, it was funny.
Right on.
What time is it back in Atlanta?
It is 11 p.m., sir.
Oh, buddy, you got to work. Do you got to work tomorrow?
Of course.
All right.
I don't ever take time off. I need to. Burning myself out.
Yep. I get it. Jimmy, thanks for having me, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, dude.
Randy, I will send you some updated photos once I get it wired tomorrow and shit.
Sweet.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to check out. I'm going to go see my better half. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right,
Cool.
bro. Thanks
Have a
for
good
coming
night.
on, man.
See you, man.
And with that, we're going to wind it down and call it a night. Thanks for everybody for coming and hanging out and listening to us ramble on and talk guitars. It's always a great time. Give a good old shout out to our channel members again. Remember, if you're not a channel member and you want to be a channel member, you might win the Matt McCollum Arkansas Lottery. Or you can click the join button at the bottom of the video. But no, seriously, thanks everybody. Really appreciate it. And with that, we out.
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.